Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. I am Matt Connerton from IPM Nation, and we've got something pretty cool for you this week. I want to share with you. I recently had the pleasure of recording an interview. It was a phone interview with a rapper named M. That's M-DOT if you're looking for him online, M. And M. actually hails from the Boston area, but he is very relevant in the New Hampshire music scene. If you're in the operating at all or an observer of the hip-hop scene in New Hampshire, you're probably familiar with M. He has a lot of ties to the New Hampshire hip-hop scene, and he's played a lot of shows up here, and everyone kind of knows who he is. But I finally got a chance to actually speak with him extensively, and this was a really interesting conversation. Fascinating guy. We didn't just talk about his hip-hop career, but got into some other elements of his life, and just very interesting. He's done a lot. He's been all over the world, and I really enjoyed this conversation a lot. When we spoke, it was right before he was about to play a really big show at the Dover Brick House, in fact, speaking of him being involved in the New Hampshire music scene. So that was a couple of weeks ago. I've kind of had this particular interview in my back pocket, but this seems like a good week to unleash it on the Local Outbreak listeners. So I hope you really enjoy this. I'm going to play the interview for you, and we're going to hear some music. In fact, we're going to open with a big single that is currently performing really well on IPM Nation. This one's getting a lot of attention. This is a track called Shine. This is M. featuring Method Man, whom you may have heard of, as well as Dominique LaRue and Katie Gunn. And this is just a great track. If this doesn't get stuck in your head after you've heard it, there may be something wrong with you. So we're going to play this from M. This is Shine here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
Look, my name is Matt, and my neighborhood is cracked up. Moms are smoking pack up, Nash pills and heroin. I'm better than I ever been since I got my stats up. A little soap and water, clean my act up. Call me Pro Map, this that medicine. Catch up, a younger left behind, I ain't no ordinary rapper. A whitey with no cheese is just an ordinary cracker. Your city's under siege. As for me, I don't do trendy or them skinny dungarees. I'm the man before and after. You know I'm that pill the morning after. I ain't playing with you kids, nah. You can see I'm past ya. No problem, more or less a non-mother effing factor. Keep talking and you next, according to a vet. Yeah, I ain't scoring when I'm going for your neck. Whether touring or driving something foreign, I'm a threat. If DC got the music, I'm providing you the rest. Buckle up now, you're riding with the best.
I'm gonna rise up, gonna shine. Lift the world up, because I have the strength to carry on. I'm gonna shine. Yeah, my written essay on the canopy. We spent many decades of insanity. All cause low success races the enemy. Look, I'll come to shine and dedicate to philanthropy. Oh, cause either that I will exit straight into infancy. So I'm on the mission and this is the devil's kitchen. But still shining was climbing, see an inch and the levels lifting. Look, both hands around your neck, this is the rebel's mission. Go against the grain, ain't got my eye on a sparrow. Listen, path laid out by the pyramids. Feel it, the pharaoh's grip it. Disappeared in the rabbit hole, gets deeper, the narrow reaches close. But when I emerge, ether in their existence, to anybody who died of me forgot that I could possibly keep it popping defiantly. Cause she is so consistent, like I'm spitting if you need to know the difference. And yes, I can see it in your eyes when people go and mention it. You know it's me, you see it from a distance, cause I shine. I'm gonna rise up, gonna shine. Lift the world up, because I have the strength to carry on. I'm gonna shine.
It's hard to acknowledge my daughter watching her father get caught up, brought up on charges of driving and drinking. I'm finally sinking in mindless to thinking. My kindness combined with my karma provide me the armor to calm the storm. Rhyming's a ticket, at least dance what I'm feeling as I steer in the mirror. Kids who meet, I'm nearer to feel you than hearing the cheering and millions of fiends tearing up, wearing my shirts, pillaging, all this to get a CD with my signature stamp. If you fear them, my ranch, you've been on the side of the dream. Sometimes I lie to my team, tell them I'll provide them with cream. Once I sign on the sheet, my silence, it seems, is taking as I'm taking a break. It's not that I'm breaking or taking a break, it's that I'm waking up and taking up space. Cause in my house I haven't made it, got late payments and don't make enough cake. I'm writing to you if you can relate to rising up through the relying on brew. Night sleeping inside of the stew. It's not the trying to be cool, which you're not 19 anymore with time to lose. Got kids who rely on you for food. You ever wanted something so bad every second you imagine that you're seconds from having it. It's affecting your friendships, eventually wrecking your chances of meeting someone whose wedding is planned as marrying a rapper who doesn't get checks or advances. Just cash and trips up to France where your vet's in a band with better chances. Your feet stepping foot on the steps of Atlantis. Y'all don't get it, it ain't everything it seems on TV. Pray for those that dream to be me, cause I dream for grief to leave me. No longer the weak and needy, prolonged till my feet will leave me. You're wrong if you keep believing my songs will sleep and weaken. I'ma keep on rising, making through this nonsense. The constants, to be honest, help me harness the words to birth and the dawn. Has told you we never give up, we climb and march on. The fighters who claw back, this is our song.
I'm gonna rise, yours upon the shine. Lift the world up because I have the strength to carry on. I'm gonna shine.
M-Dot, how you doing?
What's going on, man? Or thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I was just, I don't know if you heard any of what I was just saying, but I'm excited to talk about you. Excited to talk to you, rather, because I've been hearing about you for years from Slicko. He thinks very highly of you, as you're probably aware. And so I've been hearing about you for a long time, and then he sent me some of these tracks, and I opened with Shine, and that is a great, great track. So I'm very happy that you're joining us tonight, and you got a big show to talk about coming up Thursday.
Yeah, it's almost a day away. We're almost an hour away from Wednesday, so it's like a day away. Yeah,
that's true.
Thank you. Yeah, man. Yep. I'm happy and grateful that you played the records. You know, it's cool, man. It's cool to connect with different radios. I haven't previously been on here, so appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, you came highly recommended, and I was reading up on you a little bit earlier, and you've been doing a lot, man. I see that you won a couple of awards in Boston, and you've toured around the world, and you've had a lot of success. So, and I want to ask you a little bit about that. One of the things that I was reading about you is you have a bachelor's degree in English. Is that correct?
Yep. That is correct. I went to school at Pittsburgh State in Pittsburgh. Yeah. And I got my degree over there. Yep.
Well, it's
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say it's interesting to know about your education because your lyrics are really smart, and it's funny when I read that about you. The first thing that popped into my mind was when I was a kid. I remember learning for the first time that Sting from the Police, he had gone to college and he had been an English teacher. And so people thought, well, that must be why his lyrics are so smart, because that's his background. He really knows how to use words. And I thought of that when I read that about you, that you had a bachelor's degree in English, because I would assume that your education probably has had a lot of effect on your approach to lyrics and the words that you choose and the way you put them together.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of Sting as well, and I read about that he taught English or was well educated before or during the music. But yeah, it helps with articulating. It helps with just being able to have a bigger vocabulary for sure. But I'm still learning every day. Every day I'm still learning, and I think that's key. to never have like a ceiling, you know. Like there's still, you know, I learned from you know, regular people that I talk to on the train. You know, I learned from still reading, which is seeming like a dead art lately. But yeah, I'm still learning, you know.
Absolutely.
But it's important. It's important.
It is, yeah.
Never cease, never be complacent, never cease, you know, to like, you know, find ways to better yourself, you know. At least that's how I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting. You made the comment about reading. It seems to be becoming a dead thing. You know, it's funny. People read. I don't know if you've seen any of this research, but you know, people tend to read on a Kindle now, or you know, some sort of ebook reader or whatever, or just online instead of reading books. And there's been some research that shows that people actually absorb information better, you know, reading an actual book than reading it off of a screen. You know, which is, you know, when I think of reading, I think of reading an actual book, and you probably know what I mean. So that is something that's really changed.
I think that people in general, you know, whether it's a phone, whether it's anything, I think that they're just reading less is all I mean. You know, like everything is fast paced. It's visual. You know, everything is like watching and viewing. It's not digesting.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
But I do agree. Isn't it crazy that, you know, it's you know, more based on people consuming stuff visually more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, but yes, people don't read books. I agree.
Yeah.
And I find myself reading off the phone. I never used to do the phone. The music label that I'm with right now, it's independent. So when I say label, it's not like a legitimate, like, you know, humongous label, but you know, they taught me to get the iPhone, and I wasn't savvy with using an iPhone, and they made me expand it. I'm actually glad that they did. So my man DJ works out. He pushed me to get it, and it's something that's changed me because I'm able to do work while I'm you know, not at a computer.
Right. Know? Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I was also, this is interesting, speaking of your education, so you played college basketball, and looks like at a few different schools according to this bio. And I'm curious, were you, because, you know, obviously people who play basketball in college or other sports in college, very often it leads to a pro career. And I'm wondering, were you ever on that path to eventually try to play in the NBA, or was that just, were you just interested in playing ball in college?
I used basketball as a tool to go to school. I got a scholarship, but yeah, you know, basketball, unlike music, there is a you know, there is a ceiling. Speaking of ceilings, but yeah, so I'm only 5'9", 5'10", so it was like, you know, I don't think I was gonna. I didn't have any aspirations or you know, I didn't have any illusions that I was gonna be in the NBA, but
yeah,
I wanted to keep going. But as I'm even getting older now, you realize it's like your body starts to change on you and not let you do the things you used to do. So
yeah,
I'm not able to play at the level, but I'm able to still make music and actually improve on my music. So music was something that, like, I was able to, like, keep getting better at. Basketball, I was, you know, probably at one of my best points my senior year, but it wasn't going to get better for much longer, you know. So I never thought of the NBA. No, I'm too small. At least I didn't think, you know. But I thought about playing overseas, you know.
Yeah.
And I ended up doing a lot of music in Europe, and I never ever got into the basketball side of it when I was out there. They were booking me for shows, but it would have been nice to have them book me for some basketball games too.
Yeah. It's cool though that you were, you recognize that you know the NBA probably was not in your future, but that you were good enough.
No. That
you were good enough yet though to get a scholarship to go to college. That's pretty good, and that's a smart way to do it. That's really good. Yeah.
use it to get more use it to get a free education.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I enjoyed playing. I still play. I actually hurt my ankle last month, and it still hurts. It takes longer to heal now as you get older.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's something that, like I said though, like music, you can. David Bowie was releasing albums till he died. That Prince was releasing albums till he died. Basketball is something I can't be at a high level at. I'm almost 33. Basketball is like something I can't be at a high level at if I don't work at it every day. Never mind aging. So
right.
But yeah, it's sad. It's sad your body doesn't keep up with it. You got players like Michael Jordan and players like that who just can't keep doing it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's true.
High level.
Whereas, I mean, on the other hand, with music, it's something that, you can actually just keep getting better as you get older, as you learn more, you have more experience and whatnot, and can
expand your wordplay, expand your knowledge, expand your life experiences, expand your catalog, expand your resume, expand, your production, so
yeah.
It is something you can get better with.
Exactly. Now, you mentioned in terms of your label, so the label, is that EMS?
EMS is a part of it. Only Music is who I'm with.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a really, really awesome label out of Worcester that took me in. It's awesome, man. Like I got a good team around me. EMS, my crew, my group.
Okay.
But yes, absolutely. EMS Productions. You're going to see them tomorrow. EMS is live in Dover, New Hampshire tomorrow. So if you go to Dover tomorrow, we're live, at 9 o'clock. Not tomorrow, excuse me, Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah.
Feels like tomorrow. Like I said, come an hour, it'll be a day away.
That's right.
So.
That's right. Plus, a lot of people will listen to the podcast version of this later who don't get a chance to listen live. So, for them, it'll certainly be tomorrow.
Oh, nice. It replay. That's great. That's
good news. Yeah. It's cool that we live in an era where it's kind of funny because at your age you're young enough to really take advantage of this, but old enough to remember how it used to be. We live in an era now where it's really not crucial to your success, or even necessarily advisable in some instances to be signed to a major label. Even just a small label, if you play it right and you have a good team around you, as you said, with the label and production and all of that, you can really accomplish a lot in this era with the internet and ways that you can market yourself online outside of the major label system, which ends up just taking most of your money anyway. So it looks like you're in a pretty good position, and you've certainly had a lot of success already.
You're spot on, man. It's better independent. What's the point? There's no back end. Labels don't make. They're not going to give you any money up front. What's the point? Do it yourself. Make all the money. Don't have somebody, put up the money that you have to pay back, and then you're broke. So it's like, do it yourself. Get a good team around you. There's nobody selling records anymore, so you can, with the chance of having, having a high success in virility, like having a viral hit, is so much greater than going on to a major label where you're either on the shelf or they're not promoting it or they don't care. Mm-hmm. So why would they? There's no money in music sales anymore. There's no music stores. So
yeah, they're disappearing.
Yeah, I agree. Independence with that.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's funny you use that phrase, on the shelf. A lot of people don't even know this, but when you're on a major label, I mean, and the horror stories that I've heard and then I'm sure you've heard are endless, but yeah, they don't even, you could record an entire album for a major label and they're not obligated to release it, and they might put it, like you said, on the shelf, and then it sits there, and it's crazy. So you're in a good position, I think, and
I agree.
I want to ask you too about. So you won. Tell us about the awards that you've won, because you've won a couple of big awards in Boston.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I won the Boston Music Awards in 2010. I won several different awards. But yeah, it's not. It's cool. It was very, very, very cool to get the accolades, but I got aspirations for much bigger things. So
yeah,
I'm very proud of them. I'm not shooting. I'm just saying that there's so much more I want to do. But yeah, they're very big to me because my parents came. It was like a suit type event. Aerosmith, different bands were there.
Yeah.
So to win it for hip hop was very special for me because I know how important Boston is in music, whether it's New Edition, Bobby Brown, Aerosmith, Fish. There's a lot of artists that came from Boston. So to say that I'm in that pool of people that has been decorated from their ceremonies is definitely cool. But I want to do more.
Yeah. But it is. I mean, it is a big deal because Boston, obviously, a very competitive music scene in all
for sure
in all genres. So it's definitely a cool thing. And what is the long-term plan? Like I said, I mean, you've already you've recorded with that track Shine. You've got Method Man on there. I mean, that's a big deal. And you've toured around the world. I mean, what's your long-term plan, or do you have a long-term plan, or is it maybe you're just going to push and see how far you can go? What do you see long-term?
It's a little bit of everything, like you said. I want to see how far it goes, but my goal will be we're going to have the album that comes out in January. We got another song with Method Man. High Tech produces on it, who's produced, major records. G. Coop produces on it. He just produced Jay-Z. I got the keys.
Yeah.
We have a video coming out with him Friday. We have the first video of the album coming out Monday with Marco Polo. He's a really great producer. Molly Ma produces on the album. He produced Mama Said Knock You Off for LL Cool J.
Nice.
It's Buck Wild produces on it. He produced I Got a Story to Tell for Biggie, Notorious B.I.G. It's just a special album. Live Professor produces on it. He produced for Nas, Illmatic. My goals would be for the album to be a classic, and then after that to do placements in movies and video games. That's what we're working on now, movies and video games.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that, because that's something a lot of artists don't. Well, I mean, of course, you're advanced enough in your career that you would be doing this anyway, but it's something that a lot of artists don't really capitalize on, because that's where you'll find a lot of success, getting your music into movies and video games and television series or any kind of medium like that. It's very, very powerful, and it's something that I've known, because I've known artists, and you probably have too, who should be doing that, who are not doing that. So I think it's to your credit that you are doing that, because not everyone who should be does, if that makes sense.
I agree. There's so much more in publishing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, TV, like I said, there isn't TV sales, so you're going to collect iTunes, or you're going to collect publishing for movies and video games,
Yeah.
That's our goal. And we've been sending records, and we got a couple of people that are doing stuff like, the guy who produced Shine, DC, Soul Plus Mind, he does huge placements all the time for TV shows and movies. So we're going to start getting in that 100%. That's my direction. That's where I want to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Understandable. Do you do a lot of touring? Like I said, I know that you've toured Europe and whatnot, but I mean, is it something that is touring something that you do consistently, or are you more focused on recording?
I've toured a ton. Right now, it's a little difficult. My girl is, I got my third baby on the way. She's almost 8 months pregnant.
Oh, congratulations.
It's difficult to tour now.
Yeah.
She's giving me a look like you're not going anywhere after the baby's born. And then you're staying here too every day with me for the first month or so. But yeah, hopefully after the album is done, I'll be able to tour again. But yeah, as long as the kids, and she's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend time with them. So
Yeah.
if the right situation comes along, I'll tour again. But as of now, I haven't in like a long time, or at least a while, over a year.
Oh, no kidding.
But I do local shows. But it doesn't mean the offers don't still come in.
Yeah.
It has to be the right situation,
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I've toured less.
that's a good position to be in. The offers are coming, but you're able to pick your spots. That's that's a good position to be in.
Sure.
Definitely. Yeah.
For sure. The offers come in, and I get the look, and then the offers get denied.
Right.
No, she's great. But yeah, after this album, I think that I'll definitely hit the road hard.
Yeah. Yeah. So this might be a foolish question. The answer may be obvious. I don't know. But where does the name M. come from? What does M. mean?
It was just originally my initials. My name is Michael. That's all. That's all it really was. And then I just spelled out the dot, M.
Oh, okay.
It used to be M.J. It's my last name.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. But. And it actually started at the basketball court. I would be like, "Yo, I'm M.J." Like on the court, and that's where it stemmed from. So,
yeah. Oh, that's cool. And now, so you've got an album coming out in January. You say that's when the next one is out.
January. Finally, this is the first time we've announced that. I've worked on this album forever. So
yeah,
Ego and the Enemy is coming out. It's coming out in January. Yep.
Cool. Tell me about that. That's a really interesting title. What can you tell me about the title, Ego and the Enemy? Or is it a surprise for when the album drops?
It's all pride. It's just how it sounds. Ego and the enemy are the same thing. Your ego is your enemy.
Yeah.
Every day you deal with it, When you have like a stubbornness with somebody and you're like, I'm not calling them, they should call me. There you go. That's ego and the enemy. I'm not going to support that person. They don't support me. Ego and the enemy. So
I like
it. So many scenarios. I think it's the end all be all with everybody when it comes to like pride. Everything's pride. Pride is the fall.
Yeah.
Like that's what the Bible says.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to preach the Bible, but pride is the fall.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Has your style changed over the years? I mean, you've been at this a long time and you've recorded a lot of stuff.
Well, that's a good question. But yeah, I've gotten tighter in the pocket. I used to be a little bit more spoken wordish. Now I'm kind of more of a creature that habit with becoming a system. At least I feel MC where I have to be very, very meticulous with being having like syllables and like cadence and wordplay in the pocket on the snare before I would go outside of the snare. Now it's like I have to be in the pocket,
Yeah. No, that makes sense. How many albums have you released at this point?
This is the first real album, but I've released like a bunch of mixtapes over the years, and I released an album with DJ Drummer Wrong, but it wasn't a solo album. There was features on it.
Yeah,
there was a duo album, but this is like the first official solo debut for me. So this is a big deal for me, like to put this out.
Yeah. And what about too in terms of your lyrical content? I mean, do you have a your stuff is it's an oversimplification to say it this way, but I mean your stuff is really smart. It's not it's more sophisticated than a lot of what you hear on FM hip hop radio, certainly. I mean, do you have a specific mindset with which you approach that, or in terms of your lyrics, or specific topics that you try to rap about, or is it more organic than that, or what's your approach to that? Because your lyrics are just very, very interesting.
I try to make the best music I can. I try to make something where if I was another MC, I would be like, wow, this is intelligent. This is clever.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't write for a lot of the time. The masses. I write for more like people who are listening to lyrics, and that's, it's not saying sadly like it's such a downfall, but like, that's something that I think that, a lot of the newer generation writes for the people. I write for like people who are studying the lyrics, so I enjoy people catching little like, Easter eggs or, hidden eggs in the lyrics and the metaphors, analogies,
Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, M. Where's the best place for people to go online to keep up with everything that you're doing?
M.Boston, MDOTBoston.com, at MDOTBoston. That's it, like, for social media. For the website, MDOTBoston.com, and then the social media is at MDOTBoston. That's it, everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm sure I'm missing something, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But like, I can't tell you enough, man. I appreciate y'all having me. Shout outs to EMS. Shout outs to Slicko for setting it up. Shout outs to DJ Workshop, Only Music, Revelation. And tell people to come to the show. I think it should be dope. Thursday, October 27th at Dover Brick House.
Yep, Dover Brick House, and that's a great room. You've played there before, I'm sure, right?
Yep, I played there. I like it there a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good. Thursday or not, I think it should be good. Thursday, get people in there. The test was fun.
There you go. Well, M. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know it was on relatively short notice, too. I heard from Slicko earlier in the day. But this has been a pleasure. I really like what you're doing, and I really enjoyed talking to you. And I would like to definitely, when the album drops in January, I would like to very much, if not even before then, have you back on to talk about that and hear some of the new tunes because like I said, I really like what you're doing. I'm a fan. Now that Slicko finally sent me some of your stuff, I'm like, yeah, this is really good. So, and thank you so much for calling tonight.
Thank you, and get me the link so I can share this. For people that can listen to it after archive style. You said that the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to share it.
Yeah, cool.
And,
that'll be available in probably about an hour from now, actually. So it'll be up pretty quick. Yeah.
Find it on the website. I can just find it on the website. Is that the best place? To all the streams. Yeah.
I'll tag you on Facebook. It'll be up at ipmnation.com, but I'll get you with it on Facebook too. So you can spread it around.
Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing it. I appreciate you and I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, that's it. Like this was awesome. This was great. And I'm going to send you more music. I need to just get your direct email as well. I don't know how I can get that, so I can send you music direct for the future as the album leaks.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you right now, because we're always accepting music from people anyway to put into rotation, and I definitely want to put more of you in rotation on IPM Nation. You can send them to ipmnation@gmail.com, and and we'll drop into rotation anything you send us. But I'll get that to you on Facebook too. But yeah, ipmnation@gmail.com. That's how Slicko sent me the tracks we're playing tonight.
Oh wow! So just that simple. IMPNation@gmail.com. Okay.
IPM Nation.
IPM. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Obviously, the radio might have been ended by now, right up to the podcast. So this is like after stuff. I don't know if you cut it, but either way, other than that, I appreciate you giving me the email. IPM Nation.
Yeah.
But
we're
thank you, and I'm gonna send people to go check out the link. I'm gonna post it everywhere.
Fantastic. All right, M. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon, man.
You're the best, man. I'm gonna add you to my. I'm gonna send you like every radio single. I'll send you away.
Please do. Absolutely.
Thank you, brother.
All right, man. Thank you. Take care. All right, that was M. And yeah, that was a pleasure. And actually, I mean, all the guests that Slicko has ever sent me, I've always enjoyed talking to. But that was a really interesting conversation, and I kind of figured it would be, just because, like I said, I really like his music, and I find that typically if if I enjoy someone's music, I inevitably will really enjoy the interview as well.
I'm smooth, man. Smoother than a baby's bottom. Fresh and clean like your kicks on the day you got them. Swoop in, take your chick before you know what happened. I'm on the sofa laughing, opening the prophylactic. I proceed through the door and I feel the eyes. I live a fantasy. Who needs a million lives? I did it all in one. Haters, they can swallow one. They said there's blueprints to the game, I followed none. I'm smooth, man. Smoother than a wax whip. After I smashed chicks, she drank me till the last drip. Three-piece suit, head to toe, looking clean. I don't look for chicks, they look for me. Looking, feeling, smelling like $1,000,000. They feel the rush, size me up like a tailor does. I'm that new money, yeah, hand over fist. Custom made clothes, pants just got stitched. I'm fresh, man, fresher than some homegrown. You planets away, think it's time to phone home. We on some other ish, landed from the mothership. Cool customer, ain't up on that thuggin' tip. We keep it relaxed, my main chiller on the beat. Don't hear us coming like there's pillows on our feet. We move smooth, rising like an escalator. Other MCs surviving on a respirator. Yeah, chill, go ahead now, test the beta. I'm a smooth operator. Clean with the flow, flawless with the movement. Spark a flame from nothing, like Forrest in the two sticks. We slide in the room, gliding like Jamiroquai. We float above the surface, wide from a foreign circuit. I told you that we smooth, dude. Yeah, we the new cool. We smooth, dude. Yeah, we the new bombing, you got them bobbing their bobbleheads. Bobby and Barney brought the bottles and bought the kegs. Because we're partying, barging in the Bowian, bartering for the vodka, booze, Bacardi gin. Belvedere Beck's about to blow like Bo Jacks. Hip, only time you blow is broke back. Busting balls, I'm a Boston boss. You a bunch of broads, I eat for brunch with frogs. Y'all a booty, just bums, braggers, and beggars. I be bagging beautiful kitters beside a bodega. Breaker, I be boiling like an oven baker. I'm to blame for your parents about to break up. Believe me, your boob blows walls beneath me. I breathe on the beat in the boots so beastly. Y'all are beastly, bitter biting on a burger. Better buy a bicycle, lighting up your burden. You brain dead, backwards Buddha, broccoli blowing. Come break bread with big bad Dottie Balboa. Blocking my blow up, I block cloud your bros. Now I beat your face black and blue like Botch Botox. Break your bones, knock you out of both socks. Birth, born and bred, Boston both socks. Wade Boggs, Bill Russell, Burke combined. Real for the blind, be real in his palm. I'm breeding in Bermuda, Baywatch babes, high body blondes. Back to back, bashing Barbie, Bonilla, Barry Bonds. Party songs, no blueprint or building plan. Sober or belligerent, throw him, stop your bickering. Belittling Bacala, bullies like Brutus. Bump on the brakes, bozo, or be buried with blue fish. You boast your bar sprawling on boats in Bahamas. Know you're broke with broken promises like Obama's.
Fetish for putting together words and letters.
Put words together like letter, man.
ABC.
Like alphabet soup. Letters. I got a fetish for putting together words and letters.
Put words together like letter, man.
ABC.
Together.
It ain't hard. It's putting letters
Together.
It ain't hard. It's putting letters.
Together.
It ain't hard.
Hey yo, I never felt accepted and that's cool with me. All these rappers that disrespected are looking like they're food to me. If you could see what I could see, you'd understand a lot more. Wouldn't call it robbery, it's better call a locked door. Not sure they realized what they built when they kept me out. Living on a separate couch, every night a different house. Family ain't giving up, but sure enough they giving dough. Would offer though a little help, write it down, spit it out. I figured out it's just me, no one's here to help you when you're hanging from your last string. Walls came crashing, last thing you wanna see is people living normally. Wanna load up the armory, blast heads off like it's Normandy. I'm gonna be the best, whether by force or will. If I'm forced to kill, I light up and scorch your grill. Of course I'm ill. Doc said I was sick, I drank from a poison well. Fed the dead with the head on a stick. I'm fed up and pissed, don't need guns, I'm better with fists. Sleep with my eyes peeled open, get up and lift. I'm not human, stay at this rate till I'm not moving. My thoughts woven between genius and blood clots oozing. You caught snoozing and I'm standing over you. Tell me where the dough and Jews are, damn it, I'm putting holes in you. I'm sick of being nice and I'm sick of being cool. My brain's telling me do terrible things as I'm flipping through the TV with the buzz on it, smiling with the fuzz on it. Killing's what you once wanted, always said my sales would plummet if I didn't talk about it. The killing, the shooting, the villain who's proven he spill out the Uzi to no feeling. A movement for those concerned, I'm past the point of no return. Gasoline soaked to earn till your ashes smoke and burn. I'm having all these weird dreams at night. They say I'm gonna be saved, I'll see the light. I don't know though, if it's just a dream. I wanna go though, back to sleep. I'm having all these weird dreams at night. They say I'm gonna be saved, I'll see the light. I don't know though, if it's just a dream. I wanna go though, back to sleep. The dream is now reality, I'm seeing the fatality. The piece this just too badger me. The teachers, the faculty, feverish and half asleep. It seems as if I'm casually becoming what I never thought. Send them to the steps of God. I'm tired of the front and the fake handshakes, the phony talk. Daylight's only got a few minutes till it's going dark. So run away to a place that I can't find. I'm taking my damn time, incisions at the tan line. Disconnect the landline, change the number quick. Cut you at the limbs, bleeding now, cauterize the stump of it. For those deserving this, the nature of my sermon is for the journalists. The website to be turning kids, telling them what to pick and choose. Not a felon, so pick to lose. Not telling on a felon, so not appealing to pigs in blue. I'm done with it, you can't talk, so you mumble ish. Face taped up, losing ear, got the sunken ribs. I hate producers, I hate rappers, I hate you. Losers I meet in person, forgetting on my name, dude. It's the same fools, act as if their brains bruised. They don't know I paid dues, my poems have raised youths. Came a long way since spitting in my mom's crib. I'm like Vietnam vets, get lost like Saddam's kid. Opening with the wrong man, it's more than a song, fam. This man is gone ham, be damned if I'm gonna stand for another second. The disrespect and the heckling, cause the second I detected I'm flexing the weapon, the tech is ready to pop. Whether my hands are steady or not, cock back, blow the head off your top. I'm having nightmares, play over again. Envision promoters in caskets, acid soaked in his skin. He had a show tonight, guess now I made him late. He said pay to play, now he's living day to day. I'm having all these weird dreams at night. They say I'm gonna be saved, I'll see the light. I don't know though, if it's just a dream. I wanna go though, back to sleep. I'm having all these weird dreams at night. They say I'm gonna be saved. just a dream. I wanna go back to sleep. Yo, knapsack stuffed with CDs, strolling overseas, almost made my shoulders bleed. Rock a show, go to sleep. Few hours later, repeat the process, sleeping boulders. Rock a new gig, props from a few kids. They cop a couple shirts, time for supper, what will work? Fondue sounds cool, follow up dessert. I'm meeting people up close, no internet computer. Ex-girls, friends, teachers said I didn't have a future. I'm still around, even past the ceiling now. Got that feeling how when you feel that they feel your style. Your work's paid off, all those nights of sticker tagging. So many times you told yourself that you kicked the rapping. I chose to keep soaring, left my fear in weak torment. Half the year be touring, half my gear be foreign. Another day, another flight, new city, sand and shores. I provide the story, so slice them in the boards. Here we go now, shows on the road now. From city to city, coast to coast. No matter where I go,
I'm done. Spit flows, rip shows, peak the recital.
Here we go now, go now. From city to city, coast to coast. I'm living proof, ready for a new trip. No matter where I go, we back at it. Got the backpack and packed luggage, merch boxed up on the plane. Kick my socks up, ready for a new trip. Henny in the two nips. Don't spend a penny, they send me to flow my few spits. Crazy how far we come. I dreamt this when I was young. Will have seen most of the world when it's said and done. I'm eating foreign food, sipping on different brews. Pick and choose what you want, man. I'm living proof. Dreams ain't far-fetched, staring at the star set. You care to be a starlet, you merely just started. Give it time, put your work and stay productive. Days in the stew, no sleep, yo, it ain't for nothing. See my posters hanging cities that you can't pronounce. To become a man of clout, you learn nothing's handed out. Another day, another airport, custom on the pat down. I provide the lyrics while slices do the background. Here we go now, shows on the road now. From city to city, coast to coast. No matter where I go,
I'm done. Spit flows, rip shows, peak the recital.
here we go now, go now.
I'm done. Done.
Here we go now. See my posters hanging cities that you can't pronounce. Here we go now.
Go overseas, make G's and bring it back to the streets.
Why they calling us the most consistent?
IPMNation.com.